Now listen to Rogan respond by saying, that is horrible. But what's doubly worse is the fact that the vaccines weren't even effective. They didn't prevent the spread, and they didn't prevent people from getting COVID. And yet they still shut down any conversation that was contrary to the narrative they wanted to put forward. Watch.
Their goal of trying to get everyone to get vaccinated was actually, I think, a good goal, right? It's like
it was a good goal if it worked,
Yeah.
if it was real, like if it was a sterilizing vaccine, if it really did prevent people from getting COVID, if it really did prevent people from infecting others or transmitting it, but it didn't.
Well,
so
but
it wasn't a good deal because it wasn't based on real data.
I think that they had a kind of goal that they thought was in the interests of the country, and the way they went about it, I think, violated the law.
Well, there's a bunch of problems with that, right? There's the emergency use authorization that they needed in order to get this pushed through, and you can't have that without valid with valid therapeutics being available. And so they suppressed valid therapeutics. So they're suppressing real information that would lead to people being healthy and successful in defeating this disease. And they did that so that they could have this one solution. And this was Fauci's game plan. I mean, this is the movie American Buyers Club, or Dallas Buyers Club, rather. That's Fauci in that movie. That was with the AIDS crisis. This is the exact same game plan that was played out with the COVID vaccine. They pushed one solution, this only one, suppressed all therapeutics through propaganda, through suppressing monoclonal antibodies, like all of it. And that was done, in my opinion, for profit.
They had to use this fascist-style speech suppression simply to line the pockets of the pharmaceutical industry. That's why they slandered other medications and other alternative solutions to preventing COVID, because then they couldn't force you to take the injection. We all know that if you get infected with a virus, the antibodies that you develop are stronger and more effective than a vaccine. But nope, you weren't allowed to say that. That wasn't acceptable. You still had to get the vaccine. We all know that proper exercise and going outside and getting air and sunlight is good for you and helps prevent the spread of the disease. But nope, you weren't allowed to say that. Had to get the vaccine. We all know that outside of being morbidly obese and having severe pre-existing conditions, COVID basically had a 99.99999% survival rate. But nope, you weren't allowed to say that. You had to get the vaccine.